Coming up next, I'm gonna show you 3 of my favorite perfumes right now. These are my 3 favorite new perfumes that I can't get enough of and I'm wearing all the time. Find out what they are coming up next. Welcome back everybody to Joel the Nose. And of course, thank you everybody for your support, for watching my video. And let me just adjust the camera a little bit. I like that a little bit better. Okay. All right, so here I am in my actually living room. That's one of my paintings that I've made. And I have got 3 fragrances that I have added to my collection in the last couple months that I can't stop wearing. I love these fragrances. And so let me pull up, because I want to make sure I have the information, because they're still so new to me that I never memorize all the notes. Even on ones that I'm not doing videos on that I love, to me it's more about the feel, but I still want to at least give you an idea of things that are in there. So I'll pull up the notes in a second on each of these. But these are 3 fragrances, 3 different houses that to me epitomize the beauty and wonder of niche fragrance. And let's get right into this. I think this is probably the most well-known of the 3 niche houses, and this is BDK, of course, BDK from France, French perfume house, and this is Vanille Leather, Vanille Leather. And so this one is probably, 2 of these are my absolute go-to fragrances right now, and it's a tie between this one and the next one, which I'll tell you about in a second, but I wear this all the time. I'm going to a meeting tonight, it's a tech meetup meeting here in Miami for people working in the tech industry, because I am working on an app, as a lot of you know, my app, My Friend Says. So do a lot of networking for that, and this is something I'll wear tonight for that. It is such a great perfume to wear to events, to wear out. It's something that is just generally well liked. It has such great notes. Let me just read you some of the notes. Obviously, it's a leather vanilla fragrance, but it has at the top violet and pink pepper, then tuberose, orange blossom, jasmine, vanilla, orris, leather, benzoin, oak, and patchouli. So what I really like about this fragrance is the opening is that violet note. And I have used this, for example, in my second fragrance that I made, Deco Noir. I use violet because it is a classic French perfume note that just has an aura of elegance. This is pure elegance in a bottle. Look at the juice, look at that golden amber color, that leathery color. So this to me is, even though it's vanille leather, it's really to me more complicated than that. This is not your typical leather fragrance. And that dry down with that creamy, sweet, yummy vanilla, which I think pretty much everybody likes. The tuberose, which is kind of a white floral. The pink pepper gives a little bit of spicy kick at the top. Just a wonderful fragrance, easy to wear. One of those fragrances that I would call a dumb reach. You just grab when you don't know what you're going to wear for the day. Vanille Leather fits the bill. And since I just mentioned the other fragrance, which is kind of my go-to right now, is Osme Perfumery. Osme Perfumery from Liquide Imaginaire. Some of the coolest bottles. If you've never seen Liquide Imaginaire's bottles, look at that cap. Look at that. It's so cool. It fits so well. It feels great in your hand. This is a very complicated fragrance, but I'm going to narrow it down to one note that really sticks out for me and why I love it and wear it all the time. And that is the leather note. I'm sorry, the leather note. The cedar note. Got my mind still on vanille leather. This cedar note, I get it faint at the beginning, and it comes in within about 20, 30 minutes, and it's just this beautiful woody fragrance. But this is, talk about complicated. Pink pepper, blood orange, ginger. I love ginger. Black pepper, grapefruit, cardamom, rose, gaiac wood, raisin, cacao, plum, apple, cedar, vanilla, tonka bean, vetiver. I just named a few. There's more in here. But this fragrance just, let me spray it for you guys. Get it. I don't want to, sometimes it's hard to see the, there we go. This is a complicated fragrance, okay? Even though I said it boils down for me to one main note that just really hits my nose well, which is the cedar note, this has got so much going on, but they pull it off. This is a fragrance that could have gone wrong. I've smelled plenty of fragrances where they have so many contrasting, competing notes that you're just not sure which way it's going, and you kind of feel, you know, like your head is just swirling around when you put the fragrance on. It just doesn't make sense. This makes sense. It's like a complicated movie with a lot of plots and subplots, but yet it all makes sense in the end, and it's all tied around that cedar note. So if you want a really good, again, all these fragrances, by the way, totally unisex, good for men or women. If you want something that's a little bit, you know, under the radar, I think Liquide Imaginaire is a great house for you to try. And Osme de Cour, which is, again, I think this is their newest fragrance. These are all new fragrances, or newish, but I think this is also their newest one, and check it out. That's gonna leave me last but not least to one of my favorite houses that I've really come to admire in the last year and a half or so. And what am I gonna say? These bottles. This is the house, of course, Atelier des Ors, another French house. Met the owner, the creative director of the brand a few months ago when he was in Miami, and let me tell you, learned so much about this fragrance, which really was cool. Via Primrose, I guess. I'm going to say Primrose. This is a fragrance that, it's a love letter to the villa, essentially in Grasse, France, where some of the fragrances are created, where some of this is housed. It's been there for over 100 years. It's seen the entire industry of Grasse, France, kind of grow around it. So this house, this is like a tribute to that house, Villa Primrose. And of course, like all of Atelier des Ors, look at the gold flakes, the 24 karat gold flakes that are swirling around in there. And if you've ever worn this fragrance, sometimes the sprayer, you'll actually get some on your skin, and it's kind of cool, you know, it sparkles, it's neat. Most of the stuff stays in, the flakes are too thick, but you will have some that make it through, so it's kind of cool. But let me tell you some of the notes on this so you guys know what's in it. Another pink pepper. So all three of these, I'm obviously seeing a little bit of a trend here. All three of these have pink pepper at the top, but also has pear, cardamom, rose, ambrette. I love ambrette. That's also known as kind of musk mallow, which is one of my favorite fresh, clean scent profiles. It just works so well on my skin. Iris, again, like violet before, iris is another kind of white, purplish flower that has a very powdery element to it that I just think is one of the best notes in perfumery. Love it. I love it. This is a house, by the way, again, when you talk to the owner and you learn about the brand, they're trying to bring back the grandeur of Grasse, France, and the perfumery from yesterday. But of course, in the modern era, modern twist, with these unbelievable bottles, with the unbelievable, the presentation. But they've created a fragrance, and all their fragrances are really trying to bring back that exclusivity, that beauty, the artistry of the French perfumes from the past. And by putting notes like iris in and ambrette, beautiful idea. At the base, you have musk, amberwood, and leather. So again, let me spray it here for you guys. This is a fragrance, let me tell you, when you smell it, it smells like nothing else. I mean, this house, Atelier, is so good. It's so magnificent. I love their fragrances. I love their bottles. I love their story. Again, it's what niche perfumery is all about. This is what makes perfumery great and niche perfumery great, is they stand out as trying to be different. A lot of niche houses have become almost like designer fragrances in the last few years. They all chase the kind of familiar scent profile of a Creed Aventus or a Baccarat Rouge or an Acqua di Gio. You know, a lot of them kind of chase that popular. These houses, all three of these create unique, memorable fragrances, and these three are my favorite right now, and I cannot stop wearing them. So there you have it, guys. wanted to introduce you to them and show you how much I enjoy them, that they are actually added to my personal collection. And let me know what you think. Have you guys tried these? Have you worn them? Do you have them in your collection? And I want to know some of your thoughts on them. Okay, I'll be back soon with another video. As always, thank you for watching. Peace, love, and perfume.